Good afternoon, everybody. This is Reverend Sam Lopez coming to you on this beautiful Monday. I know Mondays are always kind of a hard thing to kind of process and get started. Um, and so kind of pull yourselves together. And so here we are. Hopefully you had a good weekend. And we talked a little bit on Sunday in the Sunday sermon about blessings, understanding blessings, and living a blessed life. And I thought to myself today, I want to talk a little bit more about that because I think it's really an important topic, especially for us as uh, as people of faith, and it's just important. So grab your coffee. Here's mine, and we'll start talking. So I hope you had having a good day. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about discovering what blessings are, because I think it's important to understand. Jesus was asked, what is the most important or greatest of all the commandments? And he was very clear about this. And he could have said, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, but he didn't say that. And I was thinking about that early this morning. It just kind of came to me. But he put it all down into, it's easy right now, especially there's a whole group of fundamentalist evangelical Christians who just love to throw the Old Testament, the 10 Commandments and everything out at people. But Jesus had a different way of looking at things and seeing things. And so he put it simply this way when he was cornered and asked, what's the most important commandment? And he said, love the Lord your God with everything you've got, all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. So what was the main thing? What was the thing he started with? What was the main thing? Love. Love God with all you've got, and love people and love yourself. So far, we've talked about a lot of different things. Loving our neighbor, who's our neighbor? We've talked about that. Whoever's near or in need. Maybe you have neighbors close by in your neighborhood that you don't even talk to. I do. I have a neighbor that lives right behind me, and I don't even talk to him. He's a little weird, and so we don't have much in common. I went out one day, and he was literally put up this giant teepee in his backyard, and I have no idea if he's even Native American or what, but he's a little odd. But who's my neighbor? Love your enemies. That's a tough one. The best way to destroy your enemy, the best way to hurt your enemy, to get even with your enemy, is to love him. Love your enemy. Turn them into a friend. Love one another. Don't forget about this. Love yourself. So this command is to love one another. It's spoken directly to the people that were following Jesus. We're all called to love each other, and that doesn't mean we don't love people who are not like us or that we're not familiar with. We're to love our neighbor regardless of all the categories that we put people in, even when they don't fit our particular mode of thinking or our lifestyle. Love, here's a simple truth. 3 words. Love everyone always. You can repeat that 100 times. Love everyone always. And if that's your motivation, if that's your thinking, if that's what the direction you take, it will change your life. Love everyone always. And we're told to love each other. Why is that so important to us as followers of Jesus? Listen to what Jesus said. John 13. A new command I give you. Love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, here's the key, by this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. So let's unpack that. What does that look like? And why is it so important? Jesus said it was a new command I give you. Love one another. So he gathered him in the upper room on the last night of his life, and he said to them, love one another. And more specifically, he said, love one another as I have loved you. And it was just before this monumental moment that he expressed love for them. The actual translation is this way: he loved them to the full, or he showed to them the full extent of his love. And what follows right after that is the story of Jesus washing their feet. There's nothing more humbling than somebody, I've had them walk into our chapel here, walk into my office, say, I'm here to wash your feet. And it's humbling. It's life-changing. So on the last night of his life, Jesus and his followers gathered for this final meal, and an argument broke out. Here's all these disciples that had been following Jesus from the beginning. They started arguing about who was the greatest, who was the most important. So here they were arguing who was the greatest and who was the least. And while they argued, Jesus got up, took a basin of water and a towel, and he bent down and he started washing their feet. One by one, he went around the table, silently, tenderly washing their feet. And what happened, I think, is this is how I picture it, because I don't know, I wasn't there. None of us were. In this shamefaced silence, when he got to Peter, the silence was broken. And he looked at Jesus and he said, Lord, you can't wash my feet. Now, having been so prideful, now he was too ashamed to let Jesus wash his feet. And Jesus said to Peter, unless I wash your feet, Peter, you have no part in me. Peter got the message real quick. And he said, well, Lord, don't just wash my feet, wash my head, wash my hands, wash all of me. Gotta love Peter. He kind of spoke from the heart. When he was done, Jesus said, you call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you should also wash one another's feet. I've set the example. So how did Jesus love them to the full, or show them the full extent of his love? By serving them. And we're to do the same for each other. That's how we live the blessed life. We serve one another. We're to show our love by humbly serving each other. And we ask one another, is there anything I can do for you? And when we do it, we love each other the way that Jesus loved us. So be that one. Be that person. Be the one who forgives when you've been offended to the fullest. Be the one who loves when no one else does. Be the one who gives kindness to those who are mean-spirited, mean in nature. Be the one who looks past the insult. Instead, look deeper and see maybe the pain that motivated that insult. Be the one who shines light on those who sit in darkness. Be the one who brings healing to the person who's wounded, joy to those that are sad, hope to those who are in despair. Be that one. Does that make sense to you? Be that one. Jesus said in Luke 6, but to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those that hate you. Bless those who curse you. and pray for those who mistreat you. So what does the blessed life look like? The blessed life is the person who's living beyond themselves, living beyond what they see in front of them, but they see deeper. They see in people's hearts. So that's my challenge for you and I today on this March 24th as we're in Lent is be the one. Be the one who loves like Jesus loved. I think it'll change your life. It would change my life. And it's not something that just happens overnight. It's something we live out and we explore and we express and we hunger for and we want more. Like Peter, don't just wash my feet, wash all of me. Jesus, help me to love everyone. Everyone. That's a hard one. Well, I hope that speaks to your heart on this May 24th as we're working our way to Lent and through Lent all the way to Easter. So I hope you have a great day on this Monday and that you have a blessed week. Like I've always said, if you need me, reach out to me, call me, email me, message me. I definitely will want to be there for you. God bless. Have a great day. This is Reverend Sam.